A young Barnabas Collins traveled from Liverpool to Maine in 1760 with his affluent Collinwood family, establishing Collinsport as their town and building the Collinwood Mansion. 15 years later, Barnabas declines all further approaches while being engaged to Josette and having an affair with Angelique, a witch in secret. Furious, she uses magic to kill his parents and curses Barnabas. Josette is possessed by Angelique, who uses a spell to force her to leap off Widow's Hill cliff and perish. Devastated, Barnabas tries to commit suicide, but is prevented from doing so by Angelique's curse, turning him into a vampire. He gets buried alive when she incites the populace to turn against him. Maggie Evans, going by the name Victoria Winters, is employed in 1972 as a governess for the Collins family, which consists of the matriarch Elizabeth Collins, her teenage daughter Carolyn, Roger, Elizabeth's brother, and David, their young son, who thinks he is seeing his late mother's ghost, Dr. Julia Hoffman, a live-in alcoholic psychiatrist. Before he murders them, a construction team unintentionally releases Barnabas from his tomb. At Collinwood, Barnabas discloses to Elizabeth that the family curse is real while hypnotizing Willie, the caregiver. He shows Elizabeth the manor's buried wealth and secret passageways before requesting to be reunited with the family. Angelique is operating Angel Bay Seafood, a competitor cannery, in the interim. She heads to Collinwood to confront Barnabas after learning that he has escaped. Before she leaves, she reminds Barnabas of her abilities and reputation in the community. In addition to becoming used to modern life and falling in love with Victoria, Barnabas restores the Collinwood family business with the help of his abilities and the family treasure. When Dr. Hoffman discovers his actual nature, he offers to try extracting his tainted blood and replacing it with human blood transfusions in an attempt to make him mortal. Angelique sets up a time for Barnabas to meet. When he refuses to love her back, despite her pleas, she swears to destroy Victoria and his family. For the whole town, Barnabas organizes a happening in Collinwood. When he first meets Victoria, she tells him she has spent her entire life seeing Josette's spirit. She was sent to an asylum by her parents, but she managed to get out, and Josette helped her find Collinwood. In an attempt to regain his humanity, Barnabas visits Dr. Hoffman's clinic and learns that she tricked him in order to transform into a vampire and postpone dying of old age. After killing her, Barnabas and Willie dispose of her body in the water. Roger is confronted by Barnabas, who finds him trying to enter the hidden passage that leads to the buried fortune. Roger is given the option to either leave Collinwood or improve as a father, and he chooses the latter. Broken-hearted, David almost gets hit by a falling disco ball, but Barnabas saves him. Later on, when it's daylight, he reveals to Victoria and the rest of the family that he is a vampire. Barnabas meets with Angelique, who provokes him into confessing to his crimes and insists that he become her paramour, because he feels as though they will never accept him. When he declines, she locks him in a coffin once more. After demolishing the Collins cannery, Angelique organizes the community to storm Collinwood Manor using a taped version of Barnabas' confession. After Barnabas is set free, he approaches Angelique at Collinwood. When they fight, the villagers discover she is a witch. When Carolyn, who it turns out is a werewolf, joins the battle, Angelique uses her sorcery to defeat them. She acknowledges that she was accountable for David's mother's passing and the werewolf that bit Carolyn when she was a baby. The family flees the burning manor after Angelique is rendered unconscious by the appearance of David's mother's ghost. When Barnabas rejects Angelique's offer of her heart, she disintegrates into dust. Victoria tells Barnabas that if they are to be together, she must be a vampire when he finds her in a hurry at Widow's Hill. She tumbles off the cliff when he says no. He lunges towards her, nipping her throat. With his curse lifted, she awakens as Josette, now a vampire. In the meantime, Dr. Hoffman, who is tied and submerged in the ocean, is given new life by Barnabas' blood and turns into a vampire.